Hey guys, it's me, Gerald the Weeb here. Okay, I'm here for, I think it's part 5 of What If Dio Was Good. So last time we left off, Dio was going upstairs after helping Jonathan with his food because he was eating like a pig, and George was very mad at that. And now Dio is going up the stairs, and he has made it to his room. And as he's opening up his door, he sees something under his bed. And then he goes closer to inspect it, and he sees a locked case. And so he gets it from under his bed. He doesn't know what it is, so he tries to open it, but it doesn't open. So Jonathan started to go upstairs too, because it's been a couple of minutes. Because Jonathan finished his food. So Jonathan is like, what is Dio doing? Because he was glancing through his door. And then Dio said, Jonathan, if you're there, I need your help with something. And Jonathan said, what do you need? And Jonathan walks into Dio's room. I'll try to make a door noise. There we go. That's a good door noise. Oh man, I hear the ice cream truck outside of my house. It's kind of weird. Okay, anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about. Okay, Jonathan went inside Dio's room, and Dio shows him this lock box inside that was under his bed. So Dio was like, "Do you know what it is?" And Jonathan says, "No, I do not." So Jonathan tries to open up the box, and he really tries his best. He's using all of his strength, but it doesn't work. So they both try together. They said on count of three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my bad. I just got done from eating. I didn't mean to burp. Okay, so they tried like for 10 minutes, but it didn't budge. So Dio was like, Jonathan, you can take it. I don't have any use for it if it can't be open. And Jonathan says, okay, I guess I can take it. So Jonathan takes it inside his room, and then Dio goes to sleep. Okay, the next day, Dio is getting out of bed so he could go down to eat because it's now the morning, so he's gonna go eat something. And Jojo or Jonathan is putting on a weird outfit that Dio doesn't would not expect from a rich person. And Dio said, Jonathan, where are you going? And Jonathan says, I'm going to a boxing match. And then Dio was like, really? Why would you want to go to a boxing match? It makes me good money, and I feel very cool when I do it, Jonathan says. And Dio was like, if you say so, Jonathan, but can I go with you? And then Jonathan said, are you sure you want to come with me? It's going to be probably rough if you don't like seeing blood. And then Dio said, I come from a poor background. Of course I can handle a little blood. Ha 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 ha. As Dio laughs. Then Jonathan was like, are you trying to sound cool? I really can't tell. Dio was like, can I go or can I not? And Jonathan says, okay, let's go then. So Jonathan and Dio walk out the manor, and Jonathan is walking to the place, and Dio's right behind him. And then Jonathan says, so how far do you live away from the manor? Dio says, I live quite far. I don't even remember ever going this way until now. And Dio and Jonathan were almost there to the boxing match. So Jonathan says, well, hopefully you wish me good luck. And then Dio said, I'll bet all my money on you. Wait, and Jonathan was like, how much money do you have? Enough, Dio says. And then Dio and Jonathan make it to the match, and Jonathan steps into the ring, and Dio was like, come on, Jonathan, you got this. And then Jonathan was about to fight a big, tall dude who looks very like fat and muscular, like super buff. And they start to fight, and Dio was like, oh man, I feel so scared for Jonathan. hopefully he's gonna be all right. And Jonathan says, "Don't worry, Dio, I got this." And then Dio is like, "You better." And then Jonathan hits the crap out of that dude and socks him right in the face, and he goes down. And then Dio wins his bettings on Jonathan, and everyone's cheering, "Yay! The legendary Jonathan is here to come again. Will he get another victim?" as the announcer guy says. And so Dio was like, that was a little bit too much for me. And Jonathan says, "I'm about to go in for another match. You want to stay?" And then Dio says, "I'll go back to the manor. I got a lot of money from just the first match. This is going to last me for a very long time." So Dio is starting to walk back to the manor. And as he is walking back to the manor, he sees a girl being bullied. And they keep calling her Lady Arena, the succubus, or something. I don't know. I think that's a bad word. I don't even know. Okay, just call her Sucky, I guess. Arena, the Sucky. And then Dio says, "Hey, you should probably stop calling a woman that if that's not her real name." And then they said, her Arena is her name, but she still sucks at being a good person." And then Arena started to cry and said, "Please just leave me alone." And Dio said, "You probably should leave her alone or someone's gonna get hurt." And then the guy said, "What are you gonna do about it?" And Dio said, "I probably will have to." And then Dio goes to tie his shoes, but the guy said, "Don't you mock me," and throws a punch at Dio. And then Dio dodges the punch and gets right behind him and grabs his arm and his other arm, and then pins him to the ground. And Dio says, "I told you not to try to hurt me, or you're gonna get hurt." And then the guy who was also there bullying Arena was like, "Hey, that was just a lucky shot." And then he throws a punch at Dio, and so Dio dodges that too. And then they both fall on each other, and now the two bullies are on the ground. And Dio's like, "That's enough where that came from. And if you want to get up, you're gonna get hurt even more." And then both of them decided to leave and run away. And so Arena and Dio meet each other, and Dio says, "Are you all right?" And Arena says, "I'm all right too. Thank you for saving me. No problem. They shouldn't be bullying you." Well, they wouldn't use bullying in the 1800s, so I'll just stick to calling it bullying. And so Dio and Arena started to walk together, and Dio says, "Where do you live so I can walk you home?" And Arena says, "Don't worry, I think I can make it to my house by myself. Thank you for helping me though." And so Dio and Arena left. So Dio went back to the manor, and Arena went in the opposite direction. So 10 minutes has passed, and Dio has made it to the manor. And Jonathan's finally starting to leave the boxing because he made a lot of money off of it. And Jonathan also sees Arena, and he says, "Wow, she's super cute. Wonder what family she's a part of." And then Jonathan was like, I'm too scared to talk to her. I'll just go home." And then Arena falls, and then Jonathan's like, "Are you alright, miss?" And then Arena was like, I'm alright." But Arena asks, "Well, can you help me up?" And then Arena says thank you to Jonathan for helping her up, and then she keeps walking. But Jonathan says, "Do you need any more help? Like, do you want me to walk into your house? You look like you're very bruised, and I'm very concerned." And then Jonathan says to Arena, and then Arena says, "I'm quite fine, but thank you." And so, oh no, I got pranked, guys. The freaking okay, see, I fixed it, guys. I'm so perfect. Okay, and so Dio Dio is starting to eat dinner, and then Mr. Joestar started to ask, where is Jonathan? And then Jonathan busts into the door and is like, "What's good, father?" And then George says, "Why are you late to dinner?" And then Jonathan says, I was doing something. A lady needed my help with something." And then Dio said, "I also helped a lady today. Her name was Arena." So Jonathan said, What did she look like?" "She had long yellow hair, and she had blue eyes." And then Jonathan says that I helped the exact same person. Then Dio said, maybe that was coincidence. Then I guess. So Dio and Jonathan went down to go eat dinner, and so they ate. And then Dio went back upstairs and said, "I'm going to bed for tonight. I had a long day." And Jonathan says, "I had a long day too and started to choke on the food." "I had a long day." And so Jonathan and Dio went upstairs after Jonathan finished his food. So Dio went right to sleep, and then Jonathan went up to his room to try to open up the box that he was trying to get into. So he got so mad at the box when he was in his room, he threw it and then cut his finger, and then the box just opened. And he was like, "Ah, my finger!" And then the box opened, and then he looks inside to see a scaly stone mask. It has sharp edges coming out of it. He's like, "What is that thing?" And so Jonathan picks it up, not with his injured hand, because he doesn't want to get stabbed with it. Get stabbed even more. And Jonathan says, "What is this thing? I don't even know how I even got here." So Jonathan puts it on his desk and starts to draw it on a piece of paper. So it takes him a minute because it's the 1800s and they don't got like computers and stuff. So Jonathan was like, I finally finished drawing it, but he looks on the inside of it and he sees carvings of Ancient One, and it says cars on it. He said, "Cars? What does this cars even mean?" And so as he was looking into this cars symbol, it said WAMU and ACDC. And he was like, what is this? And then he saw another name, but it didn't. But he couldn't read the rest of it because his father walked in and was like, "Jonathan, why aren't you in bed yet?" And Jonathan says, "Oh, I'm very sorry, father. I'll get to bed." "And what is that mask?" And then Jonathan hides it and says nothing. So George takes the mask and's like, "Why is your finger cut? Did this mask cut you? How'd you even find this?" "I hid it away." And Jonathan says, Dio found it. It was in his room, and he asked me to take it because he didn't need it. And so why did you open it if it was locked? It was locked for a reason, Jonathan. Now get to bed. And so George takes it and puts it on the hallway, up on one of the banisters for decoration. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Jonathan. Man, he's so difficult sometimes. So I'm gonna skip a couple of weeks ahead. So it's been a couple of weeks, and Jonathan is now on his like 20th boxing match, and he's fighting people even scarier than last time. And so Jonathan actually loses and gets knocked out. And Dio was looking at at another boxing match that was happening right next to it, and sees Jonathan is on the ground, and then the guy who knocked him out kept punching him while he was knocked out. So Dio said, "Stop it," and then the guy said, "Get out of my way, loser." And then Dio blocks his punch and then throws a punch of his own, and then he knocks him out with one punch. And they're like, "Whoa, who is this kid?" And he's like, "My name's Dio Brando, and I'm the friend and his brother. I'm his brother, Jonathan Joestar's brother. Nice to meet you." And then Dio picks up Jonathan and walks home. And it's like, Jonathan, you really need to be careful. And Jonathan starts to wake up. He's like, my head. What happened? Dio said, you got knocked out. And then Jonathan was like, I'm very sorry for getting knocked out. You shouldn't have to worry about me. I even lost all my money too. And then Dio says, it's okay. As long as you're safe, it doesn't really matter. And so Dio and Jonathan are okay. So Jonathan was let down because he can walk now. So he's walking on Dio's, like, he has one of his arms around Dio's shoulder, and then Dio says, "Are you sure you don't need to be carried?" And then Jonathan says, "I'm alright. I'm a boxer." And then Dio and Jonathan see Rena being bullied once again, but this time this is a lot more scarier. The two thugs brought two knives, and they're threatening her. They're cutting her hair and stuff. And Jonathan and Dio sees this and like, what are you doing to her? And then Dio and Jonathan said it at the exact same time. And then Dio was said, Jonathan, you probably should go and try to help Arena, but I'll go and handle the thugs. And Jonathan was like, okay, I'll do that. And so Jonathan walks right behind Dio, and then Dio was like, you shouldn't be throwing trying to cut people, especially with knives. And also, you should get rid of that blade too. And then the guy's like, this is our revenge for the other day. And then they throw one of them throw their knives at Dio, and one of them hits Jonathan's leg, and then Jonathan's like, ah. And then Dio was like, you freaking bastard. He says that because he's a lot more. I think his birthday was a couple weeks ago, so he's now about to turn. Yeah, he's 14 now. So Jonathan was starting to go onto his knees and like, Dio, I'm alright. Just try to beat them up or something. And then Dio wails on them for hurting Jonathan, and he keeps beating both of them. And then Jonathan helps Arena, and Arena says to Jonathan, "Thank you for helping me again, both of you." And then Arena is quite surprised that they're helping her again, even though they helped her like far too much already. And so Jonathan was like, "Okay, Dio, you can stop punching them," but Dio kept punching them and punching them and punching them, and blood was all over their faces. And Jonathan was getting quite worried for Dio because he kept punching them. And so Dio was like, ha ha ha, you like how this feels? You freaking animals. You should be disgusted with yourselves. And then Jonathan says, Dio, stop it. They already lost the battle. You should probably stop hitting them. And Jonathan says in a loud tone, and Dio said, no, they deserve more. And then Jonathan walks up to Dio and then slaps him right across the face and was like, you should really stop. You're just gonna be like them if you keep doing that. And then Arena said, you probably should too. I'm alright now. And Dio says, I'm very sorry for going overboard. Please forgive me. And so Arena and Jonathan started to look at Dio in a weird way, like, he doesn't. And they said to themselves, he doesn't seem like the person that would do such a thing like that. And so Dio and Jonathan said, Arena, because Arena just told Jonathan a couple of minutes ago her name. So Dio was like, I'm very sorry for going overboard with those two. Well, they shouldn't hurt you now. And so Jonathan picks up both of their blades and says, I can keep those for the kitchen. And Dio says, you probably should put those down. They probably need that to protect themselves. But Jonathan says, nah, we probably need to protect ourselves from now on. And Jonathan says, I'm probably going to stop boxing if I'm going to have to run into these people again. So Dio and Jonathan are starting to felt quite shocked that they had to do all that to the people they fought. And so Jonathan says, Dio, I'm going to stop boxing. And Dio says, finally gonna do something smart. And Jonathan says in a weird voice, he says, "What are you talking about? I'm always smart, Dio." And then Jonathan looks back at Arena and is like, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. He says, "Arena, do you need to be walked home?" And then Dio said, "I think she can be all right." And then Arena says, I think I'm all right." And then Jonathan says, "I'm probably gonna walk home with you. We don't know if they're gonna wake up or not." And so Dio's like, "Are you sure, Jonathan?" And then Jonathan was like, "Dio, do you want to come with us?" And then Dio didn't want to be like the third wheel, so he was like, "I'm gonna be off. I'm going to the manor. I'm gonna try to help Father not be so impatient with you." And then Dio says, "Bye, Arena and Jonathan." And then Dio walks off to the manor. And so Jonathan and Arena start to probably make a new friendship with one another as they were walking to Arena's house. And so Jonathan tells his whole story to Arena, and Arena starts to laugh at it. And then says, "What about Dio? He seems like a pretty nice person, unless when he's not mad." And then Jonathan says he never saw that side of Dio before. It was quite scary to him. So Jonathan was like, "I'm gonna try to help Dio. If he ever gets mad again, I'm gonna help him and to calm down and not try to hurt him. Because I still feel bad I had to slap him just to get him out of that anger. That anger mode." So Jonathan says goodbye to Arena and walks home because Arena is at her house, and she says, "I probably should start hanging out with them more. They seem quite the lively bunch," because they said that in British, I think, in the 1800s. Oh my, this part is very long. I'm probably gonna make this 25 minutes. Okay, so Jonathan and Dio, so Jonathan is finally back at the manor, but it's super late. It's like 9 p.m. and George was very worried because Jonathan was never this late before. He said, "Dio, where is he?" And so Dio went up to his room and was like, I don't know where he's at now." And then Mr. Joestar said to him, "Okay, Dio, I want you to go to bed now. I'm gonna have to have a talk with Jonathan. He's been in big trouble this time." So Dio said, "Oh man, hopefully Jonathan doesn't get chewed out." So I probably should have walked with Arena and Jonathan, so we both could have got chewed out. So Jonathan walks into the door, and now Dio's in his room. So he tries to sneak out of his room, and George is like, "Dio, you should probably stay in your room." And then Jonathan's like, "Hello, Father. Oh, I'm starving. I can't wait to eat." And then George says, What do you mean, wait to eat? You're over 3 hours late to dinner. Do you have any actions to say about yourself? Do you have anything to say about yourself, young man?" And then George scuffs at the stairs to see if Dio was still looking, but Dio was still looking, so Dio hid back behind his door. So Jonathan was like, "I'm very sorry, Father." So then Dio was like, "It's also my fault too. I should have went with Jonathan to make sure he was okay." And then George says, "What did you guys both do?" "We kind of beat up two people," Jonathan said. "What do you mean two people? Why?" Because they were hurting a lady," Dio said. And then George said, "Well, that's not that bad. But why is he so late, Jonathan? Why is Jonathan so late to dinner?" And then Jonathan says, "Father, I walked Mrs. Arena home." And then George is like, "Oh, okay. Arena? She's one of the highest family members around this community. How do you guys know her?" We just saw her one day. I saw her one day, and Jonathan also says the same thing too. And he felt very sad, very weird about the situation. So Jonathan and Dio said, we're very sorry at the same time. And then George says, I'll let you guys off the hook this one time. And if this happens again, you're gonna be in bigger trouble. So tomorrow, okay, this is the now another couple of weeks has passed. So Dio's been living at the manor for a month. So Dio is outside playing with Danny, and Jonathan is walking away from the manor, and from the opposite side where he usually doesn't walk from. Dio is looking like, where is Jonathan going? So Dio stopped playing with Danny and said, Danny, go back inside, boy. So Dio started to follow Jonathan, and Dio was like, this seems pretty sketchy. Hopefully Jonathan's gonna be alright. But he sees Jonathan is with Arena, and he's like, oh, they're just probably having a date or something. So Dio keeps watching because he never had a date before, so he doesn't want to, he wants to probably get some tips because Jonathan seems like a pretty chill dude. So Jonathan and Arena start talking to one another and having fun. So Dio expects that they've been doing this for a couple weeks now. So Dio kept following them, and so Dio went home after like an hour because he was like, I'm gonna feel like a third wheel, and then he goes home. And so after 10 minutes has passed, the people from the other couple weeks ago, the same people come back with even sharper knives. And Jonathan says, Arena, you should probably get out of here. And one of them grabs Arena's hand, and Jonathan says, get off of her. And then Jonathan tries to throw a punch, but he got cut again. And it's way deeper than last time. So Arena ran away, and Jonathan is being stabbed. He got stabbed 2 times, and then Arena is running away, but she doesn't know she's going to the Joestar Manor. And then the 2 boys are like, oh my god, I think we killed him. And so they both ran away. And so Arena kept running, and then she somehow caught up with Dio, and she bumps into him, and she says, Dio, Jonathan needs help. And then Dio said, with what? What happened to him? The 2 guys from the other day attacked him. And then Dio was like, oh my god, I gotta hurry up and get there. And so Dio arrives to see Jonathan is bleeding out. And Dio says, oh my god. Then Dio takes off his shirt and then covers Jonathan's knife wounds, and then says, Jonathan, stay with me. So Dio tries to take Jonathan to the hospital, and so Dio's like, hopefully Jonathan's okay, because he somehow made it to the hospital. And Jonathan says, where am I? Why do I keep saying that? And then Dio says, oh, thank God you're alright, Jonathan. Oh, please forgive me. I'm gonna find those guys and hurt them real good. And then Jonathan says, no, Dio, enough. And then Arena is just outside the door and comes in and says, I'm gonna be leaving forever now because I keep harming both of you now. You got stabbed all because of me, Jonathan. I'm super sorry. And Dio said, it's not your fault though. But Arena still left, and that'll be the last time we'll see Arena for a while. And Dio said, wait, Arena, wait. And okay, it happened again. I don't know why this is happening in 2 videos. Okay, oh my, this is at 29 minutes. It's probably going to be shorter because I'm going to edit it. Okay, so Dio said, I think Arena's going to leave us for now on. And Jonathan starts to cry because he feels like this is all his fault, that he ruined this friendship he just made with Arena. Hold on, I got to burp. Okay, I just had to burp, guys. So Jonathan started to cry, and Dio said, it's okay, Jonathan. We're gonna be alright. and Jonathan says, "How would we like to left alone?" So Dio goes back to the manor to tell Mr. Joestar, yeah, George Joestar, what happened. And so Mr. George goes down there to the hospital and see his son is very wounded. And then Jonathan says, "Oh, hello, father." And then George is like, "How could this happen to you? Who did this to you? I'm gonna find them." And Jonathan says, "You probably shouldn't use violence. It's only gonna cause more." And says, "Why did this happen to you?" And Dio says, "It was because of Lady Arena. They were going on a date or something, and Jonathan got stabbed." And George said, "Oh, because of this lady you just met a couple of weeks ago. I think you should stop talking to her." Dio said, "She's not. She's probably gonna stop talking to us anyway. She was crying as she left us. She says we're never gonna talk to her again." So Dio still felt sad that he just met her and he has to stop talking to her. So Dio and Jonathan felt very sad about this. And so I'm gonna leave off at this part. Actually, no, I'm gonna add one more thing. So now it's gonna be a couple of years now. It's gonna be 7 years. So 14 plus 7. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, they will be a senior in college. Okay, there you go. They will be seniors in college. And that's where we'll leave off for today. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Subscribe to Gerald the Weeb. I'm gonna try to release a 10-minute video tomorrow, but this video is like 31 minutes and 48 seconds. Because I forgot to release 2 videos. I think I didn't release one Saturday, so I made a 31-minute one. I'm probably not gonna make like 30-minute videos a lot until like I get a better camera. I'm using my dad's phone this time. Hopefully it looks better and the audio stays super good. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.